This heat recovery system was installed by a company.
A company from town X. The tech installer claims to know their stuff exceptionally well. Now they post on Facebook, engage in forum discussions, and so on. Now take a look at this fundamental mistake. Here is an electric heater. See where it has been installed. On a wooden support. Thank God this heater has thermal protection, and at 120 degrees it will shut off. But if God forbid it fails, what's going to happen? Look, here you have plastic, wood. We're guaranteed a fire. This is unacceptable. If it was intended to be a water-based heater, in my opinion, this should always be placed behind an electric heater. If the water or glycol unit isn't enough, we add an electric one, but it should be positioned a little closer. Although it can be connected either here or there, you could say this is not an error, but originally this was supposed to be a glycol cooler heater connected directly to a heat pump unit. These gentlemen, in an effort to save some money, decided to use a standard heater. A heater is quite different from a cooler as it lacks an outlet and is not insulated, and this was meant to be connected right here on the air intake. And this was meant to be connected to the heat pump. The chilled water buffer tank is behind the heat pump, meaning that's where the connection to the water buffer is. This should be here.
An egregious error. It's completely wrong. This should have been done on a glycol heat exchanger, but we know it isn't.
I'm not even going into details like the insulation of these pipes and so on. The next mistake ruins the reputation of heat recovery systems in general. Take a look at the boxes. For each box you can count 1, 2, 3 times 3 rows. Gives us 9, then 1875 ducts. Look at the distance here. This is bound to get loud because there isn't any soundproofing here. This section is about half the distance of this unit, let's say around 60-50 centimeters. The metal box, you can tell what company it's from, also ruining that company's reputation. It's going to get quite loud. It will resonate right on the unit itself. We've got the exact same situation happening here. The same section will also be resonating. Now just take a look. 18 ducts connected to each box. These are ducts with a 75mm diameter. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 2-story house, so the connections from this box extend to the ground floor and to the attic. Let's say it's 35 meters per duct, 35 cubic meters per hour multiplied by 18. That's about 630, but I don't know if this is a 600 or 450 unit. For it to push all this air through both in this direction and that one, it would have to be at least an 800, and then it would compensate for these bent fittings. It will be impossible to clean this system. It has no value at all. Any heat we recover, we lose with this setup because nothing is insulated. This isn't done in an insulated attic. There will be nothing but energy loss here. Water from the diffusers will condense. There's no air tightness here. Air won't even reach the rooms. This heater will always run at maximum power just to make it a little bit warmer. Of course, there's no glycol heat exchanger here. It's connected directly to the water buffer tank, so in winter it will freeze. If there was an electric heater here, it would warm the air up first. So this wouldn't freeze. as is. This will freeze immediately. This we don't even know if this won't burn. Everything here along with these flows is selected in such a way that air probably won't reach, because the sections here are long bent sections like here, here and here. The distances here are around 20 meters. Air won't get to where it needs to go. Zero efficiency.
In my opinion, it's a complete waste. I don't know how much the labor and the materials cost, but it's all wasted down the drain.
And this so-called expert ran away from the construction site, won't fix it, won't even talk to the client. So here I've given you an example of how not to do an electrical installation. Remember, there must be space here for a short section of thermally insulated flexible duct for dampening, because we have a lot of noise here, same here. Remember, never ever mount a heater on wooden elements. The heater should be placed about a meter or 80 centimeters away from the unit. But it touches it also shouldn't touch plastic ducts, because at some point this protection might stop working, something might happen. Although our PTC heaters have two thermal protections, this is also installed incorrectly. Even if you hire a company, an expert, you still need to check if that expert did everything right. This is clearly done incorrectly. It's as if this was done by someone doing it for the first time, who has absolutely no idea what they're doing. If a cook or a baker did this, no offense to those trades, I suspect they would do it 5 times better than this installer. This was simply put together to scam the client and take his money. Thank you for watching